Good morning, dear students. Today I am going to deal with the writing section. We'll be doing invitations. I'll make sure that all the types of invitations and the replies is very clear to you. So let's begin. An invitation is a short composition which is usually written to invite friends, relatives, or clients. It can be written on various occasions like marriages, birth, engagement, death, or any public function. Usually, when we have to invite a large number of people, we get a printed card which we use to invite everyone. And when we want to invite someone very personally, we usually use the letter format, which is more informal. Based on the style and purpose of writing, invitation can be basically classified into two types: formal invitation and informal invitation. Formal invitations can again be classified into two more types. The first one is when we have a lot of invitees. Then we usually get a card printed for the occasion, in which we observe that each and every detail, like the name of the host, the name of the invitee, the formal phrase of invitation, the occasion, and the date, time, and venue is properly printed. The second type is when we have to invite an individual formally. Then we write a small formal letter. The details of both the types will be discussed. The format of formal invitations should include the name of the host and some standard expressions like request the pleasure of your company or solicit your gracious presence. Children, you must remember these expressions: request the pleasure of your company, etc. The purpose of invitation, the name of the honoree, that is the person. If any person is receiving any award, then you should mention his or her name. Then you must write the day, date, time of the event. You should be careful as not to use any abbreviations. Then the name of the place and the complete address, that is the venue where the particular occasion is going to be held. Then you have to use some phrases like RSVP. This you must have seen in many of the invitation cards. This is an abbreviation which comes from the French phrase response says while played, which means respond if you please. It is essential to write an RSVP because it will be easy for the organizers and they can arrange things according to your and their convenience. Then you should write the telephone number and any other detail. This is an invitation for the annual function of a school. Here, in this example, you may observe that in the first line itself, the people who are inviting you for the occasion, their names or designations are given. And then the name of the school is written in bold letters. Then some standard expressions like solicit the pleasure of your company is written in a smaller font, and that too in the center. So similarly, you should note it down in your notebooks. And then the main occasion is written in bold letters, that is the annual function. And then the details like date, time, and venue is given. The main attraction, that is the name of the chief guest, if you have any special person coming as the chief guest for the occasion, you can write their names. And then the expression, that is RSVP, respond if you please, and the name of the person who is issuing the invitation, the complete address, and the phone number. It should be written. This arrangement can be used creatively in any other way. but the details should not be changed. This is an invitation of a birthday celebration. In this, the name of the people who are inviting you for the occasion is written at the top, Mr. and Mrs. Raj Karan. And then the expression, that is, request the pleasure of your benign presence on the auspicious occasion. So these kinds of phrases, children, you should be remembering. And then the main occasion, that is the fifth birth anniversary of their son. The name of the son is written in bold letters. You will see over here that the fifth birth anniversary, the main occasion, and what they want to highlight is the name of the son. That is written in bold letters. So whenever you are choosing to write an invitation, whichever part you think is very important, you can use bold letters or you can just sketch it with your blue or black pens. And then the date, time and venue is mentioned over here, and then the same expression RSVP along with the name and the phone number of the host is given. In the similar way, we can write an invitation for the inauguration function. Here also the name of the host is written at the top, and then they are inviting with the general expression, announce the opening of Galaxy Novelties. That is the name of the shop, which you can see that it is written in bold letters. And then the address and the main function, inauguration, is written in bold letters. And then you have the date, time and venue. And the main thing that is highlighted over here is avail inaugural discount of 10% on all goods. So if you are writing any invitation for the inauguration of shop or a complex and you want to give some offers, you can mention it in your invitation itself. And then the address is also given. This is also another example of the same type of formal invitation where you're writing an invitation for a medical seminar. The important details and the entire address and everything is given similarly as in the other invitations. Next invitation is the invitation for the marriage ceremony. Here you can observe that the name of the host is written on the top. It can be the name of the parents or grandparents. And then the expression, request the pleasure of your company on the auspicious occasion of marriage, which is written in bold letters. And then if it is the grandparents, they will write their granddaughter, and if it is the parents, they'll be writing their daughter. And then the name of the daughter because it's from the girl's side. And then the name of the groom is written, son of so and so, the names are mentioned. And then the entire details of the program. Because this is an invitation from the girl's side, so we have the reception of Bharat, the dinner, and the wedding ceremony. You can write it separately. Or if you want to simplify, you can also write only dinner. And then the day, date, time, venue, and everything is given. And then you have the expression RSVP along with the complete address and phone number. Okay. In case of invitations from the groom's side, you will not mention details like reception of Bharat, etc. You'll only invite for the dinner. Now we will deal with the formal reply. If we have to accept the invitation, then how we will write the invitation, that will be explained to you. First, in your notebooks, you should make a small box. And then you have to write in 3 or 4 lines the simple message that you are accepting the invitation. You should be sure that you write it in third person. Like you have an example over here that you are Mr. Raj Kapoor and you have been invited by P.D. Agarwal for their son's marriage. You have to draft a formal invitation, that is reply, accepting the invitation. Now you can see over here the invitation Mr. Raj Kapoor has the pleasure in accepting the invitation, and then you'll write the details of the entire invitation, like by whom you have been invited, for what occasion, that is for the son's marriage, the date, and the time, venue, everything will be written. And then in one single phrase, which is written in bold letters, you can observe over here that he will be glad to attend the marriage on time and will bless the newly married couple. So only one line of acceptance should be there. And then the last line will be of wishing, that is best wishes you should give in the last line. In case of refusal, first you should thank the host that you have much pleasure because you have received an invitation, and then you should mention the entire details that is given in the invitation, that is the date and the time for what occasion they have invited you. And then in one single line you have to tell that you will not be able to attend the occasion because of some prior engagement, or you can mention the reason if it is given in the question. So here you can see that the line which is written in bold font, he regrets to tell that he won't be able to attend the marriage party as he has a prior engagement. And then the last line you should write of best wishes, and nothing else should be written in this formal invitation. Now we will discuss about the second type of formal invitation. That is, if we have to invite a single person formally. Here you can observe in this question that a school is organizing its annual sports day and the principal wishes to invite the district magistrate. So you have to write an invitation for a single person. So this should be written in a letter format. Here you observe that in the first three lines the sender's address is given. Then you have to leave a line and write the date in the given format. After that you should write respected sir or madam, and then in the first line of the content you have to mention the occasion. And then the second line you have to talk about the date, time and venue. And in the third line itself, you have to ask or you have to invite the person or the dignitary to preside over the function. So, this entire content will be presented in 3 to 4 lines. And then you have to sign as yours faithfully, and the name of the person who is writing the invitation or drafting the invitation should be written. And on the right hand side you can see you have this phrase RSVP which should be mentioned. The entire content should be written in a box. It should be outlined. We will be discussing about the informal invitation. Informal invitation is always written in a letter format and it is written in first person. Here you have to use the salutation like dear and the name. And then because it is an informal invitation, you have to write yours sincerely, and the entire date and the address, everything should be written on the left hand side. Now we will discuss an example of an informal invitation. Here you can observe in this question a girl named Shudeshna. She has come out successful in the IIT examinations and she has to write an informal invitation to invite her friends for the party. Here also you have to make a small box and then you have to write the sender's address. That is your address. The person who is inviting will write the address. And then you have to write the date which is followed by dear plus your friend's name. And then in the next 3 lines you have to invite the person for the party. This will include the date, time and venue. Okay. And then you have to write yours truly and your name. We move on to the last part, that is reply to an informal invitation. Here also the entire contents of the letter will be outlined. At the topmost left hand corner you will be writing the address which will be followed by the date, and then you have to write the name of your friend. In the first line of the content, you should be thanking your friend for inviting you for the occasion. And then you will mention what occasion, the date, time, and venue, everything in a sentence. And then you will thank and you will accept or reject the invitation. And then at the end, you have to write yours sincerely and then your name. Children, I hope you have understood all the details of the different types of invitations taught to you. This will be followed by the assignments. Thank you.